I hope you're ready for a really interesting episode. I'm gonna talk about a subject that I don't talk about a lot, and I should say I haven't really talked about much in such a definitive way. If you know me, you know that I work with dental offices. I help them promote. I help them attain more business. I help them build their office through online presence. You might automatically think that I'm the first guy that's going to say print marketing is terrible. Because why would I promote that if that's not what I do? Well, it's also true my style of business might be a little bit different, because what I try to do, and every attempt that I make, is to see my clients succeed. So I'm willing to put whatever on the table that's going to help that client succeed. And I'm going to make the recommendations based off the data that I know working with various practices throughout the United States. So let's get back to the topic here. So is online more important than print advertising in terms of generating new business? Now, if you're a dental practice owner and you've been around a while, you probably know you can't just rely on one. Or if you rely on one primarily, which is perfectly fine, it has to be really, really done well. Here's the basic argument, and here's how you can look at it from two sides. Print advertising is tried and true, old school marketing technique. It's been around forever. Businesses, quote, were writing on stones back in the day, okay? That's how far print advertising goes. Like a rock. I'm talking about like a rock, etching something in a rock to promote something. Now, in terms of marketing, the internet is relatively new in comparison. We're talking about very new in relative comparison of time, okay? So if we look at it from that standpoint, and we look at the trajectory and trends of where everything's gone since the internet became a public thing, when a household was using the internet, it's very easy to see that it's only growing. It's only getting bigger, more powerful, and more dependency is being put on technology and the internet in particular. The way I've always explained it is this. So if you're going to focus in your online presence and you want to be a part of that future, then you have to look at your online presence as a skyscraper. You have to build the foundation, a very strong, sturdy foundation, and then layer by layer by layer by layer, you build momentum and you build on top of that. And the ideal situation eventually is you are, in an explanation way, you are a skyscraper, meaning that you're kind of standing out above the rest. You're more or less front and center in your area, your community, in terms of how your visibility is online. That's the perfecto ideal situation. Now let's jump back to the print advertising. Okay, so let's say you are doing postcards. Let's say you just said, you know what, I like postcards. It's what I like to do. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to do online. I don't want to do anything. And you're just going to do that. Well, the fact of the matter is, in present day, the user who receives a postcard generally is going to go online and look you up and research you and get data. And then they're going to run into your competitors as well. That's the nature of the beast. Even if you're doing referrals, referrals of today, particularly the younger generations, are going to go online. They are going to research you. They're going to read your reviews. They're going to look you up. They're going to get all the data they can before they make a decision. And no, not every single person is going to do the same amount of research and spend the same amount of time and look at everything the same way. But as a practice owner, if your primary goal is to build a loyal patient base, like family, like build that into the future, then you've really got to put that focus in and hone in on really attaining those and acquiring those new patients that are a mutual benefit. You help them, they help you, and you grow together per se over time, right? At the end of the day, it's how many people can you help, right? That's the basic question. How many people can you service? How well can you deliver the service? And of course, how do you retain that business, and how do you build on that business, and how do you just keep building into the future, particularly on the internet side of things? The basic point of this video is to say that there is no wrong way to get new business. There is no wrong way to attain new clients. Of course, with the exception of being totally dishonest or something like that, that goes without saying. My point is not to bash postcards. It's not to bash print advertising. It's not even to say that digital advertising is the best for every case scenario, for every dental office. There are some dental offices that are somewhat in the middle of nowhere. They are literally in the middle of nowhere. And, everyone in the community knows them, more or less. So this is a very specific circumstance, but this dentist might be really, really good at a specific type of procedure, something they really want to hone in on, or something they really got popular for. So they might find ways to draw in people that'll drive 100 miles or even fly to that practice to get a procedure by that dentist. And that's where good digital advertising, good internet advertising and public relations can come into play, as well as print. Again, I don't do print advertising. That's not my specialty. But I recommend doing anything that gets the result that you want as a dental practice owner. One of the views I've always explained, for example, speaking at conferences, I would say, if you're going to sell your practice one day, and you're going to put that on the table in 20 years, 30, 40, whatever amount of years into the future, and you want to sell that, or you want to bring in an associate or a partner or whatever, the more perceived value that your office has, the better luck, in my opinion, you're going to have in finding someone who's going to be willing to come on board, buy your office, whatever you're trying to do in that case. So I always look at it too from your marketing, advertising, and public relations. It's all a long-term investment as well. So if you look at it from that standpoint, that viewpoint, it's not difficult to see why, looking at it from the perspective of where do you want to go, where do you want to take this, and where do you want to be in the future, and taking into consideration the really, really, really important factor of the dependency of online technology, the internet, and as well as how could print mingle in with that, again, if it's applicable to your practice. Jason Wydro here with Golden Dental Marketing. That's all I have for you today. I just wanted to share that thought with you. Again, I'm just going to quickly end this. Print's not bad. Internet advertising isn't bad. Nothing's bad. What's bad is not doing what works for your dental office and helps you succeed the way that you want to. And intermingling your long-term goals and where you want to be in the future. And of course, taking into consideration modern trends and everything that's happening in the advertising environment. I promise that's the end. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Look forward to hearing from you soon.